Mr. President, what is Burundi like this day?
Burundi, as you know, is a country in Central Africa. Normally it's called the heart of Africa. Burundi is a country, since the independence, we passed through many difficulties. There was massacres, there is no democracy, there is no good governance. But today we have peace and security. And you can imagine after around 50 years after the independence, you can imagine organized 3 elections. And every time we organize elections, 3 months there were bloodshed, killings for the assassination of the president, the people, the MPs, and many people went in exile. But today, after the assassination of the third elected president Ndadaye in 1993, today, after the civil war, we have peace and security. We passed through the negotiations. We reached the ceasefire agreement, Arusha Peace Accord, and many ceasefire agreements. And you can imagine today, we implemented those ceasefire agreements and the peace accord without any incident. And you can imagine now we have a new army and a new police. All Burundians are together in those army and the police. But before, there was exclusion, there was a division about the ethnic group, and the majority was excluded in those army, administration, police, and so on. But today, all Burundians are together in those army, police, administration, education, health, everywhere. So today, we have peace and security. And you have started also to help other countries. You can imagine, to have peace and security, we have contributed, and now there are some troops in the peacekeeping UN force and the AU force. We send our troops in Somalia, in Sudan, in the Ivory Coast, in Haiti, in Central Africa. So it is to show that we have peace and we share what we have with the other people. It means that we have peace. How can send our troops when Burundi is a problem? We can say that now Burundi have peace. And you can imagine we have already sent around 5,000 soldiers in Somalia. This is very important to mention, but in our army is around 25 soldiers. And we continue to support the other countries, because what we want to show is to respond also to other countries that which have supported Burundi to have peace and security. Now today want to show that we are also able to help other countries. Burundi so today is peaceful, and there is a hope. And now have started implementing many reforms in the army, in the police, in the economic sector, in education. We have taken free primary school. We have taken free medical care to the children under 5 years, to the women who are pregnant, and many refugees are coming back. So we have peace and security, and we want to develop our country.
Wow, thank you. Mr. President, what would you say to investors from the West that wanted to come invest in Burundi? Is the country ready for the investors?
Burundi is really ready to be open to the investors, because you can imagine after many years for war, and normally the whole region has imposed embargo to Burundi, but today, after the ceasefire agreement and the success of the implementation of those ceasefire agreements and the peace accord, you can imagine now Burundi is leading the East African community. It means Rwanda, Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania. Now Burundi is leading the East African community. So there is a hope, because it's not, there is no way to say that Burundi is open to everybody, because in our policy as East African community, we are open to everybody. It means that we have peace and security. And among what we are doing in our East African community is to create confidence and to create a good atmosphere to investors. And we have already improved our investment code, and we are now open to everybody. It means that if there are investors who want to come to invest to Burundi, we have selected many priorities and there are many opportunities. You can imagine the 5 key priorities for the next 5 years. There is infrastructure. There are roads, there are airports, there are ports, there are housing, there are also to build the offices for the government. There are also energy. Energy is a key because you have a big potential in the mining sector. You can imagine Burundi is the seventh position is to have the potential in nickel. So we have already finished the research, and in 2 or 3 years next we are going to start mining our nickel. There is opportunity. You can imagine we have found that we have around 2,080 million tons of nickel in one area. And this nickel will be exploited during around 80 years. You see, this is a big potential to develop our country. So if we have a lot of opportunity in the mining sector, it means we need also a big quantity of electricity. But you can imagine today, the need in electricity is around 270 megawatts today in Burundi. But we have only 50 megawatts. So if there is people who can come and invest to Burundi in this area, there is opportunity and there is a chance. We have also selected priorities like in agriculture, in education, in health, in IT, and also tourism. You can see Burundi will have many lakes, beautiful country with good sites, surrounded by other countries. Burundi is like a point all the countries must pass through Burundi. Yes. And it's a peaceful country. And now we are showing that Burundi want to see that the whole region become peaceful and integrated as one. This is very important to say that not only to come and invest to Burundi, but for the surrounding country, Burundi can become as a key for the whole region.
Yes. Mr. President, what has happened with the education sector while you have been the President of the Republic of Burundi?
Normally, you can remember that I have told that since independence, there was exclusion. Before there was colonization by the Germany and Belgium. So after the independence, there was exclusion and division. So the children for the minority group didn't allow go to school. But after around 50 years after the independence, today we have made education free to allow all people, all children to go to school without exclusion. When we decided that we will take that decision, the number of the children who went to school since 2005, the number doubled. It means that there was around, before there was around 300,000 children who went to school. But when we decided that we took that decision, the children became around 600,000 in the primary school. And the number is increasing every year. It means that we have also mobilized people because the schools were not enough, and we mobilized the people through the community works. And without any support from outside, we built during those 3 last years 2,024 primary and secondary schools. Without any support from outside, we mobilize the people, the army, the police, the MPs, the government, the president. Every Saturday, we are together building our schools, our health centers, cleaning our roads. It means that the education is normally to change the mindset, to change our behavior, not always thinking that the schools are going to be built by the government. No. Now the people are able to build their schools, and they are participating today Even some areas, they participate every year, every day. They participate. They have 2 or 4 hours by day to go and bring together their schools. This is very important. This is a change in our country. And now, even the students at the university, the people at secondary school, the primary school, when we are organizing the community halls, all of them participate in the community halls to build their schools. So there is a change. And now what we want to see is to see how also we can improve our education. We have seen that we must adapt our educational system with the reality. That's why today we want to develop also those schools which can create job immediately without waiting for the job from the government. That's why we want to see that we can make a big effort in the technical schools. So we can produce a big number of the children where they can't continue the secondary school, they can go through the technical school so they can go on the market and find their job in Rwanda, in Tanzania, the surrounding country, because they know that Burundi is a country where there is people who are good to work.
Yes.
Yes.
To turn here for a second, over here for a second. This is Dr. Rivers with SOG Media and Dr. Rivers Media coming to you from Burundi, Africa, the President of the Republic of Burundi. Thank you.